Just a quick update. Just come across some information. Received a WhatsApp message, which I replied to. Had a little conversation. Um, Abraham from the Hampstead case. And it's been like tactics have changed, really, you could say. Noticeably with Alex Jones, but also we had the Julian Assange thing. Seems to be a pattern with these top truthers. They end up being used for law changes and things like that. But anyway, so it's watching some guys mentioned Richard D. Hall about a documentary that was done about the Manchester bombings and the conspiracies around it. And they targeted Richard D. Hall because obviously he's written books and talks about the subject. I'm not really going to go into it. Everyone can think what they want. There's obviously more than one side to the story. But yeah, I just found it interesting that the tactics now, where they're using the TV to go after the internet, conspiracy people, or the internet conspiracy people are, like I say, being used to change the laws and that. Yeah, and I was following Richard D. Hall because he hadn't really done nothing for a few years. And then after recent events, he done a quick video about, well, it weren't a quick video, but he done a video about the king, not the king that we got now, but the old king. He had some other guy there. And I thought that was a bit weird. After all that time, that's the first video you're going to do. But I mean, everyone can do what they want, obviously. But I was looking for him to make comments about maybe the Leveson inquiry or something like that. That video, part 2, maybe for that. Anyway, the next video he done was one about the new digital currency and how it's going to be able to control people more. I mean, they've got enough control as it is, but obviously that's another form of control. So he made a video about that, and it was obviously interesting. This in the pipeline. A few people have mentioned it over the years and that. But yeah, it was a better video compared to the first, but it all depends what you're into, I suppose. But yeah, then after that, we've got this documentary, and now his channel's been taken down. Obviously, he's got his website, he's doing his books, he's got his following. So, you know, obviously there's new people for a younger market or the new market. There's loads of characters out there. And I'm not saying that this guy's a bad guy or anything. I don't know the guy. Not really into the UFO stuff. I think a lot of governments do the UFO kind of stuff. But yeah, just found it interesting because when I spoke to Abraham from the Hampstead case, he was telling me that Channel 4 documentary was out in Morocco, and according to him, they paid a few people off to say bad things about him. Well, I don't know Abraham, this is what he's told me. But sounds like they've made a documentary, or they're going to make a documentary on Channel 4, apparently, to do with the Hampstead case. Now, if it's going along the lines of the Manchester bombing, it's the other side of the case being victimised, where we had the BBC with the father on there. He was a victim, according to the BBC, and obviously the courts agreed that he was a victim. So obviously there's another side, and if they're going to be doing something similar to what they've done to Richard D. Hall, it's going to be going along them lines. Now, when I was speaking to Abraham, I said to him, Channel 4, I'm sure that someone called Paula Mann said that John Wedger was going to be on Channel 4, probably another documentary. But it didn't sound like he was being exposed or anything like that. Probably going to put him in a good light, like Bill Maloney on Sky News. But yeah, there's obviously different tactics going on. There's a battle against the internet, where there always has been, especially since the lockdown, because everyone, even the people that weren't really into things, suddenly got into things because they had a lot more time on their hands. And obviously things felt a bit strange and weird for them at the time, and they wanted the other side of the story, or another side, or try to find the truth, because obviously there was doctors and professors saying different things about the lockdown. And obviously you can't say too much about certain things nowadays, because it's either a crime or, you know, it's anything you say is causing problems, basically. Even what I've just said now is like, it's going to cause problems with certain people, you know, and other people it's going to mean something else to them. I suppose that's just life, isn't it? If you speak your mind with the information you've got at the time, you know, you're either going to get things wrong, or you're going to get people disagreeing with you because you're either wrong or they've got the wrong information and you're right. You know, it's just, you just can't do everyone at the same time, and neither can they. With their media and all that, they can't do everyone at the same time. But they're obviously manoeuvring now, because there's too many people that's questioning things now, you know, and just everything that's going on is just weird. It's just really gone weird now, you know. It was weird before the lockdown, but the lockdown is when it got really weird, and after that it just hasn't really stopped with the weirdness. So I've just been gathering information, just checking things out, and just keeping my eyes open, basically. Obviously there's threats. Obviously I've explained in my last video. I'm not sure about the person I was in contact with for the last 9 years. I'm not sure about their character. I know they had a difficult situation, and I tried to help out, and I did help out. But the way things went there, especially at the end, especially with everything that's going on now with everybody else online, because I think different, I'll question different things, I'll go different angles. But there's many reasons why I did with this particular person. And the only reason why I allowed it to go for so long is because of the situation they was in, because I could see it with my own eyes. Whether that was used is another thing, but I can't go into that at the moment anyway. But yeah, basically I'm just sorting myself out, sorting my head out, just trying to get on the level. But like I said, I noticed the Richard D. Hall thing. I was going to say something then, but I never. I put a link to the video, someone posted it, so I've put that link up there. Obviously it'll be in other places. But yeah, I just thought now's the time, especially after I just spoke to Abraham, and now he's telling me that Channel 4's been in Morocco. Oh yeah, and obviously something to do with his ex-partner. So she might be in the video as well. So it's one to look out for, or two maybe, if John Wedger's on Channel 4 as well, I suppose, but I haven't seen nothing. No one's mentioned anything as far as I know. Like I said, I think it was Paula Mann that said that. Yes, I don't want to waffle on too much. Obviously, it's winter coming now. Just everyone's got to try and keep safe, innit? You know, ride it out for the summer. Try and look after everyone that's close to you and that. And just be careful what you say to people, what groups you're joining, and what they're making you do. Because a lot of things, there's nothing you can do. But I suppose if you've got enough people doing the same thing or something different for the same cause, then you can do things. So, you know, we can't stop, basically. We've got to do one thing or the other, because as a lot of people can see now, it's an unfair system, and it's only getting worse by the looks of it. It's not going to get better. And all my life I thought something was wrong. I never voted, and I'm glad that I didn't go to school. It's cost me in my education. I'd get things wrong when I spell things, and probably when I communicate, I haven't got good communication skills. You know, the words that I use in the conversation, but you know, I've come out with a different knowledge and understanding. So, you know, there's good and bad in everything. Yeah, so I don't think there's much more to say at the moment. I've probably not said enough or forgotten quite a few things, but I'm just waiting to see how things pan out at the moment. And with this Hampstead case now, I suppose I'm going to have to wait to see what Channel 4 has to say. Or is there any more to this Channel 4 thing? Anyway, like I keep telling everyone, there's lots more, but everything's got its time. So we'll just have to wait and see.